and say, "Oh my God, I wasn't recording." No, really, I was. The
You bastard! Oh, you bastard!
yeah, bastard. I shouldn't have done that. So with
You're a piece of shit. You
with
are.
the-
You didn't record that. You made me do it.
Only way to settle this argument is to play Russian roulette. Do you know how to play Russian roulette?
No, I don't.
Welcome to Stories from the Attic. I'm Greg Van Antwerp, your host.
I'm Martin Blanco, the co-host.
That's right, the co-host, the only one. There's no other co-host, Martin.
There's no other one.
That's it. You're the only one. You're the only one.
Okay.
So today, Martin, we have another found mystery. It's kind of, this is another Stories from the Attic listening party.
Okay.
I guess two's a party, but hopefully the people listening may be watching, because you'll be able to enjoy this whether or not you can see it.
Okay.
You'll need to hear this one. But we're so visually entertaining that, again, with my T-shirt, I didn't even dress for the show. I'm terrible. But I as always, I would love to be able to do this show daily and live, and neither is ever going to happen because there are just so many addicts and so many basements out there.
Did you say attics or addicts?
Well, no, there's
Addicts.
just one addict.
Okay,
There's
one
just one
addict.
addict in this room, but there's many addicts in New England and New York, and I keep getting invited to them. Silly people open their doors and just let me in, but I have an in and am able to dig deeper, dig longer, and find these oddball mysteries that are just. Among many things, they're fascinating first, and sometimes they're historically important, and then other times they're just damn silly, because they are just capturing a slice of life from a long time ago, which is long gone, and to just kind of recapture some real human emotion, something that was very important to people at that time, which now may seem silly. But maybe we can kind of capture a little bit of both at the same time. It's kind of like stereo culture. I just made that up.
Okay.
Anyway, but you have a big job in this show today. I hope you're ready. I'm always handing the tech stuff over to you. Mm-hmm. Why am I doing that? Because you're actually...
Because I'm the co-host.
They told me that's what this job was.
I mean, who are you going to hand it to? The electric people?
That's right. I could hand it to Bob or to Mick or to Catherine.
Okay.
But neither of them. They're just too flat. And are just not interested in doing it. No, it is actually right behind you, Martin. So what I have here, and actually you can pick up the box and show it to the camera, that one over there,
Okay.
or this one over here. And basically this is how small audio tape reels come. And if you were going to do some personal recording, or maybe I've never seen. Well, they have made pre-recorded music on those size tapes, and these were sort of for the portable players, right? This would be your portable, what we now might consider a portable CD player. Nope, those are too old. Portable cassette deck. No, those are even too older. Your iPod, that thing you were just picking up in my garage, which was the size of a matchbook. Yeah. But anyway, this is what you would play onto it.
I had a small tape recorder of this size that looked like this.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There was no pre-recorded music that was available for sale for it that I remember. I got it as a gift. I was maybe 7 years old. I played with it. We just record people and then we rewind it, play it back, and laugh at it.
I mean, it's funny, right? That the market for that. If you think of the expense that those poor, music producers, and they're all poor. It's the artists that are rich. They would have had to mass produce those tiny little reels, and that was kind of, again, the pre-story of CDs. What could you fit on one of those little tiny reels, and how would it sound?
Sure.
The thing is, the audio quality wasn't there, and the proper length to put anything more than a single on there. And right at this point, 45s are selling like crazy.
Yeah.
So they're not going to try and compete with their own business and suddenly split their market. And there was no competition for someone to come along and go, well, you're selling 45s, I'm going to sell these tiny little reels. So no, right, they just became for personal recording. And those smaller ones, even smaller than that, I think what you're talking about, are the ones that, again, although it's gory and bloody, but it's a neat slice of history. Apocalypse Now is in the scene where they're going upriver, and one of the soldiers is listening to a recording made by his mother on one of those small recorders, portable enough to just mail a tiny reel over to Vietnam and then record on it, listen to it, and then record back and send it back. Very old form of a sort of an email, electronic mail, in a very glacial pace.
Right.
So
but we think that this was a demo reel done for music.
Well, that's the thing is that, when we find tapes like this in boxes that have no labels, much like we find old photographs with nobody listed on them, we have to guess. We have to guess. We have to look very hard at it, and then with tape, we have to listen to the whole thing and go, so what?
What was that?
And in some ways, it can be a pleasant surprise. I mean, I was just playing a couple of unnamed reels, even no box, and one was Donovan, the other one was Doors, and another one was Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And on reel-to-reel tape, they sound magnificent if you have a half-decent stereo setup. And that's why I love vintage audio, because you can still get really crisp, good, I mean, really, really full fidelity. And so with this, no label, we just have to put it on and hope for the best. There are at least 3 or 4 reels that I threw away because there was nothing recorded on them, or they're so moldy that I just don't want to put them through my machine.
Okay.
Or they're
spread the mold.
recorded at a speed I cannot play for some reason. I'd need a professional playback deck. But this one...
So this one, out of the recent harvest, this one emerges...
This one emerges as
the one that has viability on the
one we want to share.
Okay.
The one we really want to share, because it has some commentary on it that is accidental and yet beautiful. So I'm going to have you behind you just reach over with your left
this
hand.
is a very bad idea.
First, cover your eyes with your right hand, and you're going to hit play. Oh my God, he's got to play. That's the arrow to the right above stop. That it right there. Yep.
Okay.
Hit it.
Here we go.
Well, that's just what I would hope that.
And there we go.
That we've made.
And this is how it starts.
And the areas which I think that we have to really accomplish something.
What are they talking
made a
about?
major contribution in trying to cut down on the reliance on nuclear weapons. That we've taken steps toward disarmament. That we've developed.
So Cold War discussion, right?
Yeah.
Between two men.
The undeveloped nations of the world.
Reliance
And that we've
of nuclear weapons
within
was
our own
taken.
country, so that people can,
listen.
even the very poor and the impoverished, can educate their children, and that they in turn can find decent jobs and live a decent life and not be hopeless and.
Dal mio cuore sale al cielo.
Yes, that's
So
right.
this is next.
This is next. So that was a hard cut, meaning that wasn't intentional.
Okay.
But this is almost like a movie I remember, cult film in college called Atomic Cafe.
Oh, that's why.
That's
maybe
why.
that-
Because what were they talking about before this? They were
Disarmament and nuclear
weapons. And then here we have Vaya con Dios.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't any better commentary than that. Now, if that wasn't intentional, I'd be very surprised. But I think it was unintentional, because of the way that it's being presented. It's because when we get to the next part of the tape, now Vaya con Dios is probably going to play for a little bit, and again, which makes it for what this is though is it's a Sony. I'm going to turn this down just a hair. This is a Sony demonstration tape. This is a tape that you would get and make sure that your stereo set up properly, that you're hearing the full fidelity, or that you're considering it. And this is playing in the store, so that you will buy it.
The fidelity on the music is good. Actually, there's some rich tones.
It's very good.
On the speech, it's fine, but it doesn't have the warmth that this had.
It makes it as though it might have been recorded off a radio, which makes it real, right? But so that could have been Huntley Brinkley, but I doubt it was, because we'd recognize the voices. It could have been some news group chatting about current events and about the question of how much money we're spending on, arming ourselves because the Cold War is going on, and how much money is not going to the impoverished who really need homes. Everything old is new again. But here we are. So, are we coming to the end of the song? So, it's going to cut again. See, now if it as a demonstration tape, it wouldn't play the whole song.
I gotcha.
And now it cuts to this.
So we hear military drums, horns.
Right. And I'm not sure if this is part of the demo tape.
This sounds like a knockoff of the ending moments from Maurice Ravel's Bolero.
Yes. Through the miracle of stereo, all of the brilliant sound, the dynamic presence, the complete situational aspect of a great orchestra or a great event can be reproduced in what is virtually a live performance in your very own living room.
Wow, damn. And then it comes in, it crashes in like that with this kitschy.
Yeah. Now I feel like I'm in Disney World.
Yeah,
in
right.
Frontierland.
It's a small world. Yeah. Or right, yes, you're right, Epcot or something.
As long as we're getting a bit technical, I'd like to remind you that most women and children can perceive higher frequencies of sound than most men. This demonstration consists of a continuous sweep of audio
So wait, if men are from Mars and women are from Venus, where are kids from? Gosh, they obviously are the same places.
I had a punchline, but decorum prevents me from...
Thank you, Martin. So now what we're going through now is... That's right.
Just a sort of chromatic sound pitch.
Yeah, right. And he's going to tell us what...
500 cycles to 5,000 cycles.
Yes. By the way, Stories from the Attic today is offering a free hearing test.
There we go.
So if you can't hear any of what we're saying, you're not listening to us enough. And you definitely need to get... Yeah. And it's like, I mean, if we're making your ears bleed, I am so sorry. I'm going to turn the audio down a little bit on these.
To 10,000.
I'm not a woman or a child, but I can hear this.
I can hear this
just fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, raise your right hand when you can't hear. There you go. Oh, and do you hear it going back and forth? It's going left to right for a second there.
Not in my headphones.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah, then you should raise it.
10,000 to 15,000.
Okay. I think the clicking is there to let you know that there is a sound there.
Now I can hear it.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a beat. It's like, hey man, it's going to be really groovy this next one.
Yeah.
15,000 cycles to infinity.
Now here's a tune I think you'll really dig. See, now I think they're playing with us. 'Cause I didn't hear anything.
Neither did I, but that's what they expect.
I mean, right.
You can hear that.
Oh, now I hear that. Right now, my ears are playing one-of-akind to my hearing. Because, bye-bye. So, yeah, this is... This is so.
By sampling the wealth of music and sound effects available on audio fidelity stereo discs, you can take a trip around the world without leaving your easy chair.
No.
Join me at the airport for a jet flight.
Because
Yeah.
Because why would you want to?
Let's recreate the least desirable part of the
exactly.
trip. Right.
Normally, you'd have to drive to an airport to hear this, but we can bring it right to your home.
In my home, not so bad.
Thank your zoning commission for that. Oh my God. What's next?
First stop, Moscow, and a cartoon in stereo.
First stop,
Only way
Moscow.
to settle this argument is to play Russian roulette.
This is
Do you know
hysterical.
how to play Russian roulette?
No, I don't.
Russian roulette
I
this
will
way.
show you.
I have this pistol.
These
One
pistol.
bullet in chamber. Spin cylinder. Cock the gun. Hold the gun to your head and pull the trigger.
Who is the audience for this?
I go first.
I go first.
I go first.
Bruno Istar. I go first.
Obviously, this is before the Deer Hunter came out.
Yeah.
So this is This is like 60.
Now you go. Here's the pistol.
The pistol.
That doesn't sound like a pistol chamber.
No. Like a subway.
Oh, thank goodness.
Subway.
All right.
And you can hear him breathing. It's like, again, is this going to? Is it the plane or the gun that's going to sell the equipment? That's what I want to know. I'm just boggled.
Are we going to go through every shot until someone blows their brains out?
Hey, he asked you if you wanted to play. We're in,
I don't recall saying yes.
Listen to the breathing. I know. Oh boy.
Aha, you lose.
That would almost seem self-evident.
What do you say we make it 2 out of 3?
Let's move on to
Okay.
Vienna
Maybe
before
2 out
we
of
all
3.
get
Oh my God.
All right, a little.
Whoa. Yes. Get your stick. Get your baton.
Ta-da, dum, bum, bum. Who doesn't enjoy a lovely Strauss waltz
To
on an
Bugs
April
Bunny?
afternoon? Yeah, to anything. There we go.
Yes.
Give a little more volume on this. Yeah. Very nice.
Second violin was off.
From Austria to sunny Italy might be somewhat of a problem in a Model T Ford.
Sunny. what else?
I would like to be driving from Vienna to sunny Italy in a Model T Ford. I'll go on the back roads.
Well, if you're going to take vengeance on the the gangster that killed your father.
I like this Strauss waltz, but this is fine.
This is not insulting.
I'd like to know what orchestral recording that was.
This is where Frankie Pentangeli gets really upset with the orchestra in Godfather 2.
That's right. Come on, play Tarantella.
I think Frankie lost.
Michael Corleone did this. Michael Corleone did that. I said, yeah, sure.
Here's speedier transportation to Paris.
Salute to Michael Gazzo. Okay.
Great actor. Great actor. Is this the Italian Grand Prix now? Is that where we are? Or did we go over to Monaco? I missed that. We'll have to
This is Lime Rock. I can tell by the sound of the engines. This is Lime Rock, Connecticut.
Lime Rock in Connecticut, yes. That one's running a little lean, I can tell. Yeah. Too much.
Yeah. Okay.
The carburetor is sticking.
Well, this is interesting.
Well, if you're listening on headphones the first time, you may be kind of like blown away, because this is 1960, and all you've been listening to are maybe Grandpa's Victrola, which still almost works if you crank it enough, but don't change the needle.
In mono.
In mono, right? In mono. Or maybe you have mono.
Okay.
Et les pattes, et le dos, et la queue, alouette, 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 gentille alouette, alouette,
It's these terrible stereotypes that ruin this world,
The submarine offers a unique mode of travel to Port Said. That's if we make it.
For who?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's good.
Anchor down.
Executive officer reporting, sir.
Engine room secure.
Aye, sir.
Torpedoes ready.
Aye, sir.
Rear hatch closed.
Aye, sir.
Forward hatch closed.
Forward hatch, sir?
Forward
Oh,
hatch?
no.
Forward hatch.
Okay.
F-O-R-W.
Oops.
Oopsie. You know what? Who put the screen door in the submarine?
Oops, somebody screwed up.
Who put the bump in the bump, a bump, a bump?
I guess we're in Asia now, maybe China.
No, that's Scotland. Oh, all right, it's Algiers. But we were just in Monaco, weren't we? Oh, this is Greece.
لا تحكي لي ولا تشكي لي هون ميلي يا ريت اعرف بتحبيني هون ميلي هون ميلي
Alouette.
Gentil Plumeret.
Yeah, that might have been Greece.
Hey, I'm up here in a whirlybird. Hovering over the
Vietnam.
Just because Apocalypse Now.
Yes.
We need to get the doors.
This is in Apocalypse Now. This is where the playmates, the centerfolds, are airlifted out before they. I'm not sure what this is. The narrator must have.
The orders
must
were
have
to
died.
terminate with extreme prejudice.
And that's, you know what? That's the end of side one, Martin.
Okay. All right. So they're showing off. Look at all the things we can record with fidelity, with richness.
The best of the best, right? You go with your best stuff, right?
But again, who's buying any of these things pre-recorded for a small portable reel-to-reel?
Well, that's the thing. So being that this didn't come in a package, right, that basically said Sony demonstration tape, that I believe that this actually was meant to be listened to in the store, much as they might have had a Dad's Easy Chair. And maybe a pair of headphones, and so you're sitting in there, and I guess the headphones back then would have been the size of 2 barrels, and with a metal strap, and weighed 60 pounds. But then you would have listened to this, and then you would have said, "Oh, well, I normally do have to go to the airport to hear a 707 or maybe a DC-9 at that time." So I'm going to buy all of this stereo equipment this gentleman has put before me, and you probably would have been pretty satisfied with it, because you would have been the first guy on your street to have really a rockin' system.
You can tell, not the precise date, but I know there's a lot of clues as to why we know it's before 1970. But I think the biggest one is they would have used a Steely Dan recording to sell the stuff. Because if you want to sell your speakers or whatever player, tape, record, and whatnot, you're going to want to play a Steely Dan selection. Because
but did the hippies have money at that point? No, they can't afford this stuff. They're buying
the high-tech stuff, right?
No, it's your dad that's got the job down in Manhattan. Yeah. Takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5, and then and then he's got the ready cash, and he is the master of the house, right?
Yes.
So.
Which means he's the Kapellmeister. He decides what music we're listening to.
Jimmy, don't touch my records. Yeah. And don't be over-recording on my tape. Neener. Don't be recording over my...
That's a callback to maybe our second episode. First or second. Okay.
Found audio, Martin, is the best. And this is a perfect example of it. It's a joy to listen to, especially since if you consider who was listening to it at the very, very first time it was actually played, and where they were listening to it, and then, like exactly what we've been going through, what were they thinking? Like, I mean, it seems odd that, these kinds of sounds would have been, I guess, the comedy sells, right? The Russian Roulette, communism is so funny, even though they're going to nuke us. They're just so funny.
We play a Russian roulette.
That's right. I mean, it's an interesting clash. Now, again, I can't tell if that first part of the recording, with talking about the nukes and the poverty, and then going to Vaya con Dios, which is chef's kiss.
The abruptness of it belies that argument, and yet, what a coincidence.
Yeah, I know. It's too perfect. It's why it's why the search for these goes on, because there's just so much interesting happenstance between who's got their hand on the record button now. That's the button we're worried about.
We need to we need to find another copy of this to compare.
That's right. Yeah. Well, you know what?
If you have one of these demo tapes at home, send it to.
Get your AI agent on the phone to us and have them telegraph a copy of it. No, we probably you probably find it on YouTube or on archive.org. But you know what? Hopefully someday the audience will find us on archive.org. Yes. And on that note, Martin, I want to thank you very much for this half hour.
It was fun as always.
It was great fun, and hope you enjoyed listening too. Please follow us, and we'll see you next time on Stories from the Attic. Say, oh my God, I wasn't recording. No, really, I was.
You bastard. Oh, you bastard.
President Roosevelt is the